Hello fellow crafters, this is Julia again. Today with a card that I made actually quite a while ago, but then the more fresh cuts went out of stock at the Make the Day Special stamp store, so I postponed the card a bit. I'm also going to be using the Chit Chat stamps and dies from Lawn Fawn and a few colors of Perfect Pearls, because this is a medium that's just awesome. I'm starting out by die cutting one of the speech bubble from the Chit Chat die set from Lawn Fawn into my cardstock here. I'm using craft cardstock, and now I'm using white pigment ink to stamp the flowers around the speech bubble, and I've protected the inside of my card with a post-it note so nothing will go onto the inside of my card. Once I've stamped all the flowers that should have the same color of the Perfect Pearls, I'm just unscrewing the Perfect Pearls and then taking on some of the powder onto a soft brush and dabbing it onto the flowers. I'm sorry that you can't see it properly here, but I'm not making any painting motions. You can see it here. I'm just dabbing vertically onto the wet white pigment ink, and only after I'm done, I'm very gently brushing off the excess, and because I'm cheap, I'm trying to funnel that back into the jar. But really, you're using very, very little. You won't even notice it. And I'm repeating that process for all the other flowers. I stamp them with white pigment ink, and pigment ink stays wet for a while, which is great when you smear it because you forgot. But it really works well with, like, Perfect Pearls or embossing powder. And here you can see at first I dab the powder on very gently, and only after I've covered the entire pigment ink, then I'm very gently brushing it off. If you brush immediately, you might smear the pigment ink, and the colors won't stain each other, except like if you have white, and I should have done the white last, not before the blue, because the blue stained the white a bit. But it's artistic license, and I'm just saying that it's a shadow. So there. And you can also stamp on the Perfect Pearls. So what I've done is I've stamped them. I've used the Perfect Pearls. I set them with hairspray because that works fine for me, and then I stamped on top of them with white pigment ink. I used some of the smaller flowers to create, a little bit of more of an interest for the card, and decided that this wasn't enough. So I grabbed now I stamped the sentiment, white pigment ink again, and I'm actually stamping through the window on the top of the card, and it worked out beautifully. There's enough space around that you won't touch the front of the card. And of course I put some white Perfect Pearls on top of the stamped image here, and then brushing it off gently, and you can see how beautiful it looks. Again, I'm using hairspray, just a quick spray of hairspray to set this, because spraying it with water, with a mist of water, doesn't work for me for some reason. Don't ask me why, it just doesn't work. And the hairspray usually sets it well enough that it won't smear as easily. And of course, last but not least, I grabbed some sequins from Pretty Pink Posh in the colors that I used for the flowers, and now putting the sequins onto the card. That's it. Here you can see the shine that you get from the Perfect Pearls. It's absolutely gorgeous on dark cardstock. It works on white as well, but on darker cardstock the Perfect Pearls really shine. Literally. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked it, leave me a thumbs up, a comment, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Bye.